Mike Hufford, the starting tight end. And they're the big, senior-dominated offensive line. Chuck Long bringing his backfield into the ball game. And there you see the wideouts, Dave Morton, Ronnie Harmon. The quarterback Long going for all sorts of records. We'll talk about that. And the running backs are Norm Granger and Eddie Phillips. And Granger goes into the slot, then comes back and sets up a full eye, and we'll have a whistle before play even gets set to start here. The official, Glenn 14, is the referee, and the rest of the officiating crew from the Big Ten. Hayden Fry had some ill words about the officiating crew in last week's ball game against Indiana. And there were some comments about the fact that Iowa may or may not have run up the score against those same Hoosiers when Iowa scored in the final play of the game and won it 49-3. So 1st and 10, we're just underway. The Iowa Hawkeyes and the Wisconsin Badgers. And it's Eddie Phillips straight up the middle. And it's a fired-up Badger bunch. Brad Pierce and Scott Burgold making the stop for the Wisconsin Badgers. And it's a good defensive unit. They play a 3-4. Burgold, Pierce, and Komet up front. And the linebackers, Graff, Fields, Milka, that's the leading tackler on the team, and Harrington. And the defensive backs ranked among the leaders in the nation, although they have a couple of different starters back there this time, Baxter and Johnston instead of Belford and Still. This is Phillips. And Phillips has the first down across the 30-yard line, brought down by Richard Baxter. So the Hawks go inside on the first play. They go outside the second play, and the outside play nets something. Does that happen, Bill Whistler, because of the fact that Wisconsin is perhaps coming too quickly to the middle?
I don't know about that, Bob, but I know one thing. Norm Granger got a great block there and was responsible for Eddie Phillips picking up that first down. That was the big thing that caused that play to have success.
1st and 10 Hawks. One setback behind Long. It's Granger. Phillips into the slot to the near side. 1st and 10. Long will throw for the first time. Dumps it off to Phillips. A missed tackle, and Phillips has the first down. Brian Morrow, the quarterback onto the near side, missed Phillips, and Milka finally had to make the tackle, but only after Phillips had gained 13 yards.
Drop back pass by Iowa, and Long is looking downfield and finds Phillips out in the flat and dumps it off. As you can see, there's a missed tackle, and Phillips does get away and picks up the first down for Iowa.
So the Hawkeyes already with 2 first downs on their opening drive. And Mike Hufford shifts the opposite side. Draw play to Norm Granger. Not much there. Granger tries to keep moving, but he gains only 2 up to the 44-yard line. Brad Pierce making the stop, helped out by Russ Field.
The middle of the Wisconsin defense has demonstrated very toughness right now. Iowa's run 2 plays on the inside the tackles and really haven't had much success. So I think that they're having a hard time running against Wisconsin's inside people right now.
2nd down and 8 for the Hawks. The ball at the 44-yard line. And off to Phillips. Good block. Phillips has got the first down. Phillips down the far sideline, and he's run out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Averick Walker, the last man. Otherwise, Phillips goes all the way. Eddie Phillips, a tremendous hole on the left side. What a block.
Just a sweep here to Iowa's left side. Good blocking up front. Good blocking by Norm Granger. Eddie Phillips gets in the secondary. Dave Moritz had thrown a block down there. And Iowa's got a first down on Wisconsin 30-yard line.
So Iowa has picked up 3 first downs in just 5 plays. And they have moved from their own 20 to the Badger 30-yard line. The opening drive of the ball game. Out of the eye. And Norm Granger across the 30 down to the 26-yard line. He picks up 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Jim Komet makes the stop. He's the big defensive tackle for the Badgers. And Norm Granger limps off just a little bit. There's Dave McClain, who has done a good job of turning this Badger program around. Not many Badger coaches have a winning record overall, and you see McLean just ahead of himself at 32 wins against 31 losses. Second down 6. Glenn Buggs replaces Norm Granger. Long will throw. Pumps once. Complete to Dave Mortz inside the 10-yard line. It'll be first and goal for the Hawkeyes, but Mortz just breaks free as he sees his quarterback in trouble.
Does a good job blocking for Chuck Long as you see him breaking out of the pocket. His receivers are looking to find the open area, and finally Long finds Morris downfield, as we always find him. He always seems to be in the open there, and Iowa picks up the first down.
That ball was partially tipped by Richard Johnson, but Mort still had the concentration to bring it in before he went out of bounds. First and goal for the Hawkeyes at the 7-yard line. It's Eddie Phillips across the 5 down to the 4-yard line. So the Hawkeyes mixing up the pass and the run, getting some good blocking up front. And the Hawkeyes inside the 5-yard line down to the 4. Mike Harrington makes the stop for the Badgers. It'll be second down goal at the 4-yard line. And you saw Glenn Buggs coming up limping just a little bit. Hayden Fry, what a job he's done. He's taken the Hawks to 2 straight bowl games, looking for a 3rd straight, as is Dave McLean on the other side. The Badgers won their first game ever last year over Kansas State, 14-7 in the Independence Bowl. Eddie Phillips driving down to the 2-yard line, where he's forced back. Just power against power, and Jim Melka just a little bit stronger with help from Averick Walker.
Wisconsin is having a little bit of trouble adjusting to Iowa's offense, in that Iowa will line up with the tight end and running back to one side, and then will shift over, and it's causing a little bit of confusion right now for Wisconsin with their defense.
Short yardage situation. 3rd and goal. The ball outside the 2-yard line. An extra fullback in there. It's Tim Sennett, a walk-on. Handoff. Phillips. Touchdown, Iowa. The Hawkeyes drive 80 yards. And Eddie Phillips goes in from the 2.
Just a power set there by Iowa to give the ball to Eddie Phillips in the backfield. He drives through and gets the touchdown. Great drive on the part of Iowa, taking the ball 80 yards for the touchdown.
A lot of people thought it would be a high-scoring affair. We'll see if the Badgers will answer back. The Hawkeyes take only 4 minutes and 42 seconds to score. Tommy Nichols' kick is up and good. The score, Iowa 7, Wisconsin nothing. Back deep for the Wisconsin Badgers, standing at the goal line. John Ralph will kick off for the Iowa Hawkeyes, who marched 80 yards for the score. And Neal will take it 2 yards deep in the end zone. He will not bring it back. So the Badgers will also start on their 20-yard line, as the Hawkeyes did, and will try to get their offense in gear. It's one of the top-ranked offenses in the country. And you see the starting lineman for Wisconsin, not quite as big as Iowa's front line. And Al Toon, the big play man at split end. The quarterback, Randy Wright. Joe Armentrout, the fullback. Gary Ellerson, over 600 yards rushing at tailback. And Michael Jones, the speedster, at the other wide receiver spot. Randy Wright with 5 interceptions last year against the Hawkeyes. 1st and 10 Badgers. They already trail in the ball game 7-0. Play action. Wright will go down. Paul Hufford's got it. Paul Hufford, who seems to be playing like an All-American each week. Amazing that he's even playing coming off the injury that he suffered in high school, and each week he continues to impress.
Little play action by Wisconsin. Right looking for a receiver, and Hufford does an excellent job, gets off the blocker and makes the stop for Iowa.
Loss of 1, 2nd down and 11 now. Draw play, Armentrout. And he's across the 20 up to the 23-yard line. Mike Stoops along with Kevin Spitzig there. What a game Spitzig had last week against Indiana. Certainly his best ball game. There's the Iowa defensive unit. Tony Wankett, who continues to improve each week. George Little, Hap Peterson, Paul Hufford, and Mike Hooks. That's the front line, the 5-2 defense that Iowa employs. Kevin Spitzig and everything Larry Station at the linebackers. And then the defensive backs, Hunter, Stoops, Mitchell, and Creer. 3rd down 7 for the Badgers. The ball at the 23-yard line. Wisconsin's first drive. Flag down. It appeared Iowa was offside. Wright will throw and throw it out of bounds as he misread the route run by Michael Jones, but it would appear that Iowa will be marked offside.
It looked like Hap Patterson and Hufford were guilty of jumping the gun there. Didn't get back quick enough, and it was offside for Iowa.
So instead of a 3rd and 7 situation, an obvious passing down, now you got an alternative. It's 3rd down and 2.
Both these teams are passing teams, Bob, and you can't really say what they're going to do. Don't be surprised if they come out throwing on all downs today.
Third down, 2 yards to go. The ball just across the 28-yard line. Long count. Wright still has it. He'll be dropped. Paul Hufford with another sack in the backfield. Hufford stops Wright twice, and the Badgers will have to punt the football.
Wisconsin was trying to run the option to Paul Hufford's side. He did a tremendous job. He took the offensive tackle, put him in the backfield, and still made the tackle on Wright, the quarterback. Good play by Paul Hufford.
George Winslow, the Badger punter, the numbers on him. He's 9th in the Big Ten in punting. And he's standing back at his own 12-yard line. There's the speedster, the freshman, Robert Smith, back at his own 37. 4th down 4 after a loss of 2. Paul Hufford with 2 tackles in the backfield for losses. Long count by Wisconsin trying to drive the Hawkeyes offside. They don't get it. And Smith will call a fair catch at the 40-yard line. So a short punt. And the Hawkeyes will start 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Iowa scored so quick the last time that most of the fans never had a chance to get the popcorn in their mouths. Let's see what they do this time.
I'll tell you what, you talk about putting something in your mouth. They do that a lot around here outside the stadium. They enjoy themselves up here in Mad City, and it's a party town. 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Hawkeyes already lead it by a score of 7-0. They march the football 80 yards in their first drive. Long will roll. He's going to run it now. And he'll go down after a gain of 7 yards up to the 48-yard line. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 3. He had Hufford deep over the middle, elected to tuck it under and run. Jim Comet and Mike Harrington combined to make the stop for the Badgers.
One of the few times we see Paul Hufford, the tight end, in the pass pattern, or Mike Hufford, I should say. But he was wide open over the middle. Long just didn't see him, or else it would have been a big gain for Iowa.
2nd down 3. Harmon split to this side, Morch to the far side. Granger and Phillips in the backfield. Gill still nursing the pulled hamstring. Long will throw. He's got Morch for the 1st down. In Badger territory, Morch does a little down and out at the Wisconsin 45-yard line.
Iowa's running what is called, we're running from a split back set. Normally they're in an I formation, and the formation is basically a throwing type of formation, and it's causing a little bit of causing some confusions for Wisconsin, and they're setting up their defense.
Dave McClain has never beaten Iowa. Eddie Phillips. Around the 40, down to the 38-yard line. Richard Johnson has it. The Hawkeyes have won 6 straight in this series, going back to John Jardine's last year. That means that Hayden Fry has won 4 straight.
Just a quick pitch to Eddie Phillips. He tries to get outside, but he's got good blocking and cuts it up inside there and picks up good yardage for Iowa.
Gain of 7 for Phillips. It'll be 2nd down 3. See the graphic on Hayden Fry, 4-0 against the Badgers. Hawkeyes moving the ball well through the air and on the ground. They're going long. It's Mortz. What a hit he took from Averick Walker, but he holds on to the football. Dave Mortz, who seems to be open all the time. The ball appeared to be partially tipped by Jim Melka, but Mortz, the concentration there to catch the ball again.
Wisconsin's linebacker just didn't get deep enough. As you see Long getting back and getting set, he throws it right over the linebacker's head between he and the defensive back, and Moritz had found that little cushion there and made the reception.
All the way down to the 16-yard line. So another first down for the Hawkeye. It's Phillips to this side, across the 15 down to the 13-yard line. So Phillips has been a workhorse in the early part of the ball game, brought down by Michael Reed. You know, there's some talk that Long might be looking to Mortz too much. What are your thoughts on that? They haven't used the likes of, say, a Harmon and a Hufford that much lately. Mortz has been catching passes all the time.
Well, maybe, I don't know, Bob. The defenses may be kind of keying on Harmon a little bit because he is a big play guy, and that may be setting Mortz open more so than what he has in the past.
2nd down 7. Long, plenty of time. Now he's in trouble. He gets away from pressure. Long will fire to Harmon. Harmon needs one block. Harmon should go all the way. Touchdown, Iowa. Just talking about that man, whether he got open, and he is the big play man, as you said, Bill Whistler.
He's the big play guy, and I don't know how you'd describe that play. They started out going one way, and they came back another. Long was scrambling back there, and then Harmon does what he does so well, found the open spot. Long found him, and after Harmon caught the ball, he made a big run for the touchdown, and here we go.
Tommy Nichols' kick is good, and the Hawkeyes, just like that, lead it 14-0. We'll be right back.
We built our building to build our business.
5 at 59 yards, and inside of 10 minutes, they have scored 2 touchdowns. The Hawkeyes lead it 14-0. John Ralph kicking off. Back deep is Marvin Neal, and he will not bring it out.
The thing I think that was that's impressive so far, Bob, is that Iowa has had 2 drives. They took the first one 80 yards, the other one 60 yards, and they executed very well. Did not have any penalties, no offsides. Just did a good job of execution, which is something that they haven't been doing up to this point.
2-minute, 43-second drive. The Hawks making it look easy as they lead it 14-0, but Wisconsin can strike back in a hurry. And off inside to the fullback, Joe Armentrout, averaging over 6 yards a carry, brought down by Kevin Spitzig. He gets up across the 20-yard line to the 22, so it'll be 2nd down and 8. The thing that impressed me about the 2 Hawkeye drives is the fact that Long got in trouble both times, had the presence of mind to scramble around, find his blockers first, and then deliver the pass.
That's an experienced quarterback. And also, he's got those good receivers that realize that when he gets in trouble, they are supposed to find the open area, and they're doing a good job of it.
2nd down 8 for the Badgers now. They failed to get a first down their first time. And Wright overthrows his man. Wright has had a trouble with the interception bug. 4 intercepts against Ohio State last week. 5 against Iowa last year. And you see the numbers on him. 12 interceptions, almost matches the touchdown number. So So it'll be 3rd down and 8, and he just badly misfired that one. But he does have a very, very strong arm. 3rd and 8. Complete to Al Toon, and this guy can fly. Toon fumbles out of bounds, but it's a Wisconsin ball and a Wisconsin first down at the 45-yard line. Devon Mitchell made the stop. A gain of 23 yards.
A drop back pass by Wisconsin, and we see Wright throw a strike here to Toon, and he put it right between the zone there, and Wisconsin picks up the first down.
Al Toon, the leading receiver on this Badger ball club. 1st and 10 Badgers up at their own 45-yard line. Out of the eye. Long count by Randy Wright. Wright rolls away from pressure. His pass is incomplete, intended for the backup flanker, Thad McFadden. Devon Mitchell had the chance for the interception as the ball went in and out of the hands of McFadden.
McFadden was wide open in the seam of the zone. Wright just threw a little bit behind him, or else it would have been another first down for Wisconsin.
Notice that the Badgers are doing a lot of rollout passing, perhaps trying to get away from that heavy pressure put on by the Hawk front line. 2nd down 10. Try to cross them up a little bit this time with a fullback, Joe Armentrout, and he picks up 4 up to midfield. Kevin Spitzig with the stop for the Hawkeyes, and the ball just into Iowa territory. So a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down between 5 and 6. Excuse me, 3rd down. Armentrout, pretty big kid, 6'1", 205 pounds. He's a sophomore. And Wright, the senior veteran quarterback. Went off sides again. Wright rolling to the near side. Dumps it off to the tight end, Brett Pearson. He's got the first down, so the Badgers will no doubt decline this penalty. Ron Hawley puts the stop on that man, Brett Pearson, the 2nd leading receiver for the Badgers this year. Ooh, a motion penalty against the Badgers. They moved this time. Peterson and Hufford jumped, but this time they were drawn offside, so a big break for the Hawkeyes.
Iowa did get back in time before the ball was snapped. Wisconsin was guilty for motion there, and Iowa had to accept the penalty, so it will be 3rd and long for Wisconsin.
5-yard penalty. 5-yard mark off. So from a 3rd and 5, it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Hayden Fry looking ahead perhaps to his next offensive series. He's seen his offensive ball club score the 2 times they had the ball. They lead it 14-0. Wright will throw on 3rd and 10. Complete. No, incomplete. McFadden was juggling the ball out of bounds. Nate Clear on the coverage. The official right on the spot. The one official called it good. The other one motioned it off. So the Badgers will be forced to punt the football again with 3:34 left to play here in the 1st quarter.
That was a good call. The ball was caught, but the Wisconsin receiver had 1 foot in bounds and 1 out of bounds, and so it was a good call on the part of the official.
So Winslow back in there again, got off a short punt the first time. And Robert Smith set to return it. High kick. Fair catch at the 13-yard line. That ball took forever to come down. So good hang time by Winslow, and the Hawkeyes will start deep this time at their own 13-yard line, not near the field position they had the last time when they started at their own 41. It hasn't mattered where they've started. They've driven the football 80 yards and 59 yards for scores.
The punt return man is told to put his heels on the 10-yard line. If the ball is going over your head, to let it go. And that ball would have landed probably on about the 12-yard line, so Iowa was forced to make the fair catch, and as a result, we got not real good field position.
Granger and Phillips all the way in the backfield. It's Phillips. Across the 13 and no more. Mike Harrington leads the Badger assault on Eddie Phillips. Chuck Long, by the way, has had a perfect afternoon. He's 5 of 5 with 1 touchdown pass to Ronnie Harmon. Phillips gains 1 on that first down carry. It'll be 2nd down 9.
That was a quick trap play by Iowa, and Phillips read the block wrong. If he'd have cut back inside, I think he would have had a little bit more room. He tried to break it outside, ran right into the tackler.
Long comes into the ball game, ranked number 3 in passing in the nation. And he'll throw. Looking for Mortz. Mortz has it. Mortz gets away from his man. Mortz fumbles and falls on it at the 35-yard line. That pass was delivered before he even made the cut.
That was a timing throw. Long is running a little play-action pass, looking for Mortz on the weak short side over here, and throws to him. Makes a big catch. I think Wisconsin has given too much of a cushion there for the Iowa receivers. They're probably afraid of being beaten deep, I should say, and giving up that short pass right now.
Really surprising that the Badgers would worry about that. They've had such a good pass defense all year, and they are very quick in the secondary. First down 10 for the Hawkeyes at their own 35-yard line. Long checks off now. Wide open is Hufford. First down, Hawkeyes, a 19-yard gain to the Wisconsin 46.
It's so surprising that Hufford caught the ball. Iowa did not throw the ball to the tight ends very much, and I'm sure that Wisconsin is concentrating on those wide receivers like Harmon and Moritz, and finally we get the ball thrown to Hufford. He was just kind of sitting out there, and they made the big throw to him.
Rick Graff made the tackle. Outside linebacker. Well, the Hawks certainly don't run that play very often when they run the tight end to the outside. Eddie Phillips. Phillips trying to get outside. He's tripped up from behind by Melka. And Phillips is brought down after a gain of 4 up to the 42-yard line. It'll be 2nd down 6. Melka showing you his speed. This guy is definitely an all-Big Ten prospect, maybe even an All-American.
A sweep play that Iowa's had success with. They're trying to get outside, and Phillips just can't get out there. He gets tackled for a short gain there, but that seems to be Iowa's game plan right now. They're trying to throw to the outside and get outside with their running game.
They haven't had much success up the middle, not at all. 2nd down 6. Final minute of the first quarter. Take the reverse. Long in trouble. And he'll be sacked. Mike Harrington has him. He's the number 3 tackler for the Badgers, and Long never saw him. Long was just dancing away from the pressure when he caught it.
Play action pass. Long does get pretty good protection here, but the receiver just didn't get open, and number 64 there makes a stop. So it'll be Iowa, and they'll have a long 3rd down here for first down.
3rd down and 11. They're at the 47. They need to get to the 36-yard line of the Badgers. Bill Broghammer is into the ball game to the near side. Heavy rush. Long. Complete to Granger. What a catch. And Granger has the first down. Oh, my.
That was a great catch by Norm Granger. And he went up and one-handed that thing and makes the big play for Iowa. As you see here, Long is back and is trying to find someone downfield, and just about is ready to go down, but finds Granger there and just kind of tosses it up in the air. Great catch here by Granger. One-hands it and picks up the first down for Iowa. Another good block by Harmon there to help him get that first down.
Melka was on the coverage. That's the end of the first quarter. Ironically, that play would not have worked in the NFL because the quarterback was in the grasp of a defender. But in college ball, it goes. And at the end of the first quarter, it's Iowa 14, Wisconsin nothing.
Iowa touchdown.
As Hayden Fry said last week, all Dave Mortz does is beat you. And he's beaten the Badger defenders 6 times. Nichols' kick is good. And there'll be a roughing penalty charged against the Badgers on the ensuing kickoff. The score, Iowa 21, Wisconsin nothing. Tommy Nickel will now come in to kick for the Hawkeyes, who lead at 21-0 with 13:10 left to play before intermission. And Nickel kicks it out of the back of the end zone, so the Badgers will have to start 80 yards away from pay dirt. That drive covered 88 yards officially in 11 plays. Took 5 minutes and 17 seconds, and then you saw the pass long to Mortz. Chuck Long is now 10 of 10, and Dave McClain knows he's in trouble. McClain before the ball game said it's a very, very pivotal game, especially if we win. If Wisconsin wins, it really puts them right in the middle of the bowl picture. But they're down 21-0. Fumble on the play, and Wisconsin has it. The football is Kevin Belcher, who picked up that fumble by Larry Emery, and it'll be Wisconsin's football at the 31-yard line. So a heads-up play by Belcher.
Tailback draw here to their fine tailback, gets in the secondary and picks up good yardage. The ball's dropped. Iowa almost had it there, but it still popped out. Wisconsin maintained possession of the ball.
Mike Stoops was the man to force that fumble on the backup tailback, Larry Emery, a sophomore, averaging over 5.5 yards a carry. Rolled to this side right. Right flips it out. Incomplete, almost. Picked off by Keith Hunter. Right, just the opposite of Long. We've commented before the game the similarities between the two, but they've been very dissimilar here in the early moments of this ball game. Long is right on, 10 of 10, and Wright is not right. He's 1 for 4.
Last 2 or 3 years, Wright has always had good success against the other teams, but every time he comes up against Iowa, something happens there, and he does not perform as well as he does against some of the other teams in the Big Ten.
2nd down 10 now for the Badgers. Emery. Boy, he's quick. And he brings it up across the 35-yard line, a gain of 5. Kevin Spitzig makes the stop. Emery comes into the ball game over 200 yards this year. It'll be 3rd down 5.
You know, Bob, there's a quick pitch here to the tailback. Picks up good blocking. And Iowa plays pretty good defense there, so it's going to be short, 3rd and short for Minnesota. Who are we playing today? Wisconsin, I guess.
That's right, the Wisconsin Badgers. Oh, dropped by the backup tight end, Dave Arnson. And he had it up for the 1st down. Just lack of concentration. George Davis and Kevin Spitzig combined on the coverage. But that one play went for naught just because Arnson dropped the football, plain as day. 4th down 5. Into the ball game again, George Winslow. He's had a busy day already.
I was thinking of making a comment just before that replay came on, the fact that there are about 7 bowl representatives here today, and I'm sure they've got to be impressed with what Iowa have done so far. They've had 3 possessions, they've scored 3 times, and still have not had a penalty. I wonder if some of the officials heard what Coach Fry was talking about in the papers this week.
They may have. I would imagine that officials read newspapers too. And they kick another short one, and it'll be the Hawkeyes football at their own 39-yard line. Penalty marker on the field as you see the time and score situation. 11:57 left to play here before intermission, and Iowa leads at 21-0. Hawkeyes guilty of holding on that punt. So the ball will start at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Hawkeyes. Hand off to Phillips. Phillips trying to bust a tackle. Jim Melka wrestles him down. Well, I want to tell you, Milk ought to be a wrestler because he just slammed Phillips down to the turf. Gain of 1 on the play. Milka big and strong, 6'2", 230 pounds, a senior.
I noticed on that particular play that Wisconsin had changed their defense. They are starting to double cover their Iowa's wide receivers with someone playing short and someone playing long.
2nd down 9. 11:15 left to play before intermission. The Hawkeyes leading 21-0. It's Mortz with another first down. Dave Mortz has 7 receptions, and Chuck Long is 11 of 11. Brian Morrow dropping back in coverage, and Morrow is just getting beaten to death.
Mortz gets single coverage, drop back pass by Iowa, just a little breakout. Long makes the delivery, and Iowa picks up first down. They're just giving too much of a cushion there and allowing Mortz to get open too easily.
Across the 40-yard line, squarely on the 41. 1st and 10 for the Hawkeyes, moving the football yet again. Inside counter, and it's Phillips. Phillips will be stopped for a loss of 1 on the play. Brian Morrow teams up with Michael Reed. And it'll be 2nd down and 11. Reed, usually the backup inside linebacker to the Badgers' number 2 tackler, Russ Fields. But Reed has seen a lot of action here in this particular ball game. You know, Wisconsin ranks 13th in the nation in pass defense, and the Hawkeyes are just picking them apart. 2nd and 11. Passing down, 1 setback behind Long. Long to Mortz, incomplete pass. The first incompletion after 11 straight. And that one looked like it had a chance.
That one certainly could have been caught. It was just a hair from being caught there. Mortz had double coverage again out there. Had a defensive back playing in front of him and one behind him. He ran sort of an in pattern, then broke it back to the outside. And Long tried to lay it over the defender's head, but just a little bit past Mortz's outstretched hands. Would also have been a first down.
You know, we were talking earlier in the ball game whether Long has a tendency to look to Mortz on every play. That time he had Brohammer running a flag route a little bit deeper with single coverage, had his man beaten by 5 yards, and yet he still tried to force it into Mortz. 3rd down and 11. Rolling to the far side. He's going to try to run for the first down. He will not make it. Michael Reed stops him 5 yards shy of the first down marker, and he was really wrapped. Good stop by Richard Johnson.
Dave Mortz was open again on that play. Iowa ran a little play action pass and tried to get outside, and Long decided to run. When he did, it freed up Mortz to have the ball thrown to him, but Long didn't see him, so Iowa has to kick the ball away.
First punt of the ball game for Tommy Nickel. It's a short one, but he kicks it away from the Badgers, and it takes a Wisconsin bounce. And it's down that time by Big Dave Croston. And the Badgers will start at the 25-yard line.
Iowa's
a 30-yard punt by Nickel.
Iowa's been playing very, very good defense. You look where Wisconsin has started every time. They've started from within their own 20-yard line. And up to this point, they haven't crossed the 50. And Iowa's maintained good field position, good leverage on Wisconsin.
9:35 left to play here in the second quarter. The Hawkeyes leading at 21-0. Randy Wright hands off inside. Joe Armentrout again. Armentrout up to the 29. Give him a gain of 3 yards as they marked it on the 26, so it'll be 2nd and 7. Kevin Spitzig with another tackle. Tony Wankett helped out, and it appears that the Badgers are running away from Larry Station's side.
I think I would too, because look, the game that he played against Purdue in Iowa City was a great game.
Right. Well, the man was wide open down there. Marvin Neal ran a a chair pattern, and he was open, but Wright delivered the football to the outside, and the pass fell incomplete.
When the season started, Iowa was touted as having a good offense. The defense was sort of suspect. In the last 2 or 3 weeks, you see the defense becoming better and better and better. As being demonstrated here today, they're playing very, very good on defense.
They held the Badgers scoreless. 3rd down 7. Wright, incomplete again. So Wright is 1 of 8, and he's going to be booed off the field here at Camp Randall Stadium. And the cheers you hear are for the Hawkeye defensive unit.
The defensive line is causing a lot of those problems for Wright. They're creating a lot of movement up there. They got their hands up in the air. Linebackers are flying all over the place. And it's very hard right now for Wright to pick out those receivers, and that's the reason he's not having much success.
The Hawkeyes will get it in good field position yet again. Winslow punting from his 15. Robert Smith back at his 35. Winslow hangs it high. Fair catch, Smith back at the 25-yard line. So the best punt of the day by Winslow. That one covered 47 yards. As you look at the Big Ten standings, neither of these teams, of course, in the Rose Bowl picture anymore. That would appear to belong to Illinois, although Michigan with an outside shot at it. Very outside. And there's the rest of the pack. Not playing very well, the bottom 5 there. 8:47 left to play before halftime. The Hawkeyes back at their own 25-yard line. Eddie Phillips tries to cut back. Phillips is racked up by Russ Fields. He tries to cut back inside. No gain on the play.
Iowa had put the formation into the boundary and tried to run away from the formation to the wide side of the field. Wisconsin played that very well. No gain for Iowa.
See some of the numbers on the rushing parts of the offense. The Hawkeyes moving the ball effectively both through the air and on the ground. And they'll run it again. Here's Phillips inside, just a straight off tackle play. And Phillips carries it up to the 28-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and a long 2 for the Hawkeyes. Scott Bergold and Abrick Walker combined to put the hit on him for the Badgers.
Iowa's had
an injured player down on the field, Bill.
Iowa's had so much success throwing the ball that I think maybe you'll see the running game getting stronger as the game goes, because Wisconsin's got to make some adjustments to stop Iowa's passing game, and when they do that, it's going to open up the running game a little bit, as we saw there, where Phillips had a chance to run up in there and pick up good yardage.
Glenn Buggs is the injured Hawkeye. Hayden Fry comes over to take a look. The Hawkeyes now have had both their fullbacks hurt, Glenn Buggs and Norm Granger. So you've got the number 4 fullback in the ball game, Tim Sinnott. Flea flicker. Long, looking deep to Harmon. Pass interference, no doubt about it. Called on Abrick Walker. And is Harmon okay? He's up grabbing at his left ankle. That one had the Badgers badly fooled, and Harmon's okay.
Flea flicker here. He gives the ball to the tailback. The tailback gets it back to Long, and Harmon is running a post pattern. As you see, pass interference definitely on the part of Wisconsin, and it's fortunate that Harmon wasn't injured any more serious on that play.
He did come up limping just a bit. Here the Walker fell on his ankle. he came to the ground. So 1st and 10, Hawkeyes at the Wisconsin 29-yard line. Heavy rush. Screen to the tight end, Jonathan Hayes, down to the 20, gain of 9. Jim Milka makes the stop. It'll be a 2nd and 1 situation. So the Hawkeyes have been alternating the tight end with Hayes and Hufford in the ball game. And Hayes is wide open, and we've got an injured Badger.
The reason that play opens is that both sides of the offensive line shows the defensive line screen to that particular side, as we see here on the film, that it opens it up in there, and the tight end waits a few seconds and then slips behind there. The linebackers have dropped and allows him to get open there, and it's a big gain for Iowa.
The injured Badger is Jim Melka, their best defensive player. He was hit by his own man on the tackle.
Game history at 11 a.m., 2 p.m., and 7 p.m.
Second down 1 for the Hawkeyes. The ball at the 20-yard line. Craig Raditz replaces Jim Milka. And Long will throw. Long has Hayes. Hayes, touchdown. Belated call, and Jonathan Hayes has a touchdown. You think Jonathan Hayes is a happy man?
That was a great call on the part of the Iowa coaches. Second short yardage. They had ran a play-action pass. Wisconsin probably anticipating run. And
Grogan will throw. Incomplete. The conversion fails, and the Hawkeyes lead it 27-0. Of the football. First and 10. 4:28 left to play before intermission. The Hawkeyes have controlled it on both sides of the football. Draw play doesn't work.
Get the quarterback for the loss.
Loss of 2. 2nd and 12. Right looking the other way. Incomplete pass. And the Badgers want pass interference. 12. In motion is McFadden. Play action. Complete to Pearson. Devon Mitchell immediately puts the hit to him, but it's not enough for a first down. Complete at the 16-yard line. It'll be for Randy Wright and company. Incomplete pass. And the Hawkeyes have held. Devon Mitchell covering the tight end. Pearson. Badger fans thought there was contact made. Pearson went down, but no flag was thrown, and the Hawkeyes will get the football. And we'll enumerate those for you momentarily. Inside to the fullback. That's Buggs. And it's Buggs across the 30. He's got the first down. Brought down by Rich and career record for passing. And this is Eddie Phillips across the 35 to the 38-yard line. 2nd and 4. Long. Intercepted. Craig Raditz, who came in for Jim Milka, stepped in front of Ronnie Harmon and made the interception. Ball. First and 10 Badgers from their own 42, just 12 seconds left before the end of the first half, and the Hawkeyes leading it 27-0. Wright, of course, will throw. He dumps over the middle. Caught by Pearson, and Station puts the stop on him, and Wisconsin will stop the clock with 4 seconds left. Scored 4 of the first 5 times they had the football. Very deep coverage, and they dump it off to Ellerson. Ellerson trying to cut across field, and that's the final play. The score at halftime. Iowa 27, Wisconsin nothing. To receive, and it will not be brought out. So John Ruff kicks it into the end zone. None of the kickoffs have been returned today. And the Badgers will start 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. In the first half, the Badgers picked up just 7 first downs, just 16 for the Hawkeyes. They netted 47 yards on the ground and 79 through the air. The Hawkeyes, on the other hand, had 135 on the ground, 179 in the air. And the numbers on Wright are wrong. 6 of 21, 79 yards. He's been sacked once. And this is Ellerson. Fumble, and Wisconsin has it back. The Hawkeyes with a big opportunity there to start the second half. But the ball is fallen on by Jeff Dellenbach, the strong side tackle. Larry Station put the hit on Ellerson.
You see Larry Station make a great tackle here on the running back and forces the fumble, but Iowa wasn't able to recover. Wisconsin maintained possession.
Gain of 6 on first down. 2nd and 4 for the Badgers, who need to put a drive together to get back in this ball game, trailing by 4 touchdowns. Wright will keep it. George Little's got him at the line of scrimmage. No gain. So George Little is all over the place. A junior out of Duquesne, Pennsylvania. It'll be 3rd down 4. And Ron Hawley comes in as the extra defensive back. The Hawks go with 5 D-backs. That's Creer and Stoops, Mitchell and Hunter and Hawley. A 4-man rush and 2 linebackers. 3rd down. Right, pass over the middle, caught by Jones, 1st down. At the 35-yard line, Devon Mitchell making the stop on Michael Jones, who came across the field and was wide open. That's the first reception of the ball game by Michael Jones, the speedster.
Play action pass by Wisconsin. They hit the flanker coming across the middle there. The thing was wide open. He picks up the 1st down for Wisconsin.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. 13:20 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Dump it off, complete to Pearson. Pearson gets away from Station. Stoops makes the stop. Another Badger 1st down. So Wright is on here in the second half. The passes are on the money, and the Badgers pick up a couple of 1st downs. A lot of talk at halftime that Randy Wright seems to serve up his worst days against the Hawkeyes. He had a rough time last year with 5 interceptions, and he's been off the mark throughout the afternoon until this drive. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line. First drive of the 3rd quarter. Station on a blitz. Station is picked up. Pass is overthrown, so Wright could feel the presence of Station, and even though he had Jones open, he overthrew it.
That was the first pressure that we've seen Iowa put on Wisconsin. They brought Station on a blitz and forced him to throw the ball before he wanted to.
Well, every time you see Larry Station come on a blitz, just got to be licking your chops. You know something's got to happen if you're a Hawkeye fan. And that time he forced a bad throw by Randy Wright. 2nd down 10. Split backfield. Station drops back this time. Pass over the middle. Caught by Toon. Dropped by Toon. Incomplete pass. The ball was bobbled all the way down, and Toon never had control of it. Ron Hawley hit it.
You'll see just a straight drop back pass by Wright, and he hits Toon over the middle, And after he makes the reception, you can see he never really did have the ball, and it bobbles a little bit, and it's ruled an incompletion.
He's trying to keep it there on his hip, and there's no doubt about it. Never had control, so 3rd down 10. Wright's numbers, now 2 of 4 in the second half, 8 of 27 on the ball game. Straight drop back. Wright will throw. Complete to Jones. He's got enough for a 1st down. Into Iowa territory at the 35-yard line. Devon Mitchell on the coverage. Jones is fired up. 2 pass receptions here in the second half.
Play action pass by Wisconsin, and what Wisconsin is doing right now is that they're clearing out a certain area with the receivers and then bringing someone underneath the linebacker, and that's opening up the zone there for the completion.
Jones is listed at 5'11", 175, appears smaller than that, and he certainly can fly. 1st and 10 Badger. Wright under pressure. Almost picked off by Stoops, intended for Toon. Wright threw that one up for grabs, and Stoops almost had another interception.
Wright had Tony Wankett right in his face. He had to get rid of it, because if he wouldn't have, he'd have had a sack there, as you see. He's forced out of the pocket, and Wankett coming hard on the rush and forced him to throw it before he really wanted to. Almost an interception by Stoops.
Stoops has 5 interceptions this year. A chance for his 6th goes awry. 2nd down 10. 12-16 left in the 3rd quarter. 27-0 Iowa. Bob Hogue along with Bill Whistler at Camp Randall. Wright. Complete. Kevin Spitzig makes the tackle on Larry Emery. Ball marked down at the 31-yard line, so a gain of just 4. It'll be 3rd down 6.
Iowa's seen that play now 3 times, and that time they defended it, and they weren't able to hit that crossing man, but they had a safety valve that was open there, and short dump pass for a short gain there.
3rd down. Wright under pressure. Wankett hit him just as he released the football, and the dump pass, no go. And it would appear that Wisconsin will try a field goal attempt. A field goal attempt of 48 yards. Kevin Rohde, one of the better field goal specialists in the Big Ten. Rohde is 3 of 4. And you see he has kicked one from over 40 yards. A 48-yard attempt from the near hash mark. The kick is up, and it is no good. Wide to the right. And Rohde looks at disbelief at his holder, Bob Koza. If it was no good, it was barely no good. So the Hawkeyes will start 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line, leading 27-0 with 11:29 left to play in the 3rd quarter. The numbers on that man, Chuck Long, were nearly miraculous in the first half. Completed his first 11, went 13 of 15 with 1 interception, 179 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And he'll throw on 1st down. He dumps it off to Buggs, who drops the football. Well, that'll hurt your numbers. Glenn Buggs is in there, replacing Norm Granger, who was injured early in the ball game. We've seen Owen Gill just 1 play in the ball game. It's being held out because of the hamstring pull that he suffered in that touchdown run against Indiana last week. So it's been Eddie Phillips and Glenn Buggs in the backfield most of the way. Seen a little bit of Tim Sinnott at fullback. Here's Phillips. Big hole. Phillips up to the 39-yard line. Gain of 8. It'll be 3rd and 2. Richard Johnson combines with Michael Reed. And Eddie Phillips, with that carry, is very close to the 100-yard marker.
This is the play that they've been having the most success with, running the football out of a split back set. And Eddie Phillips just takes the ball and runs it up inside of the block by Granger, picks up big yardage.
Phillips now with 99 yards. A chance for the century mark very close at hand. And here's Phillips. Well, he won't get it on this carry. The Hawkeyes playing conservatively, protecting that big lead. And they're stopped on 3rd and 2. Big defensive play by Brad Pierce and by Craig Raditz. And so it'll be 4th and 2, and Tommy Nickel will punt. Punted twice in the first half. Thad McFadden. And he'll take it at his own 30-yard line. Lon Olenzak hit McFadden just as he fielded the football. And Wisconsin will start 1st and 10 right there at the 30-yard line. We'll be right back. .59 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Still no one has scored here in the 3rd period. 27-0 Iowa. Wisconsin's football. And Harrison has it across the 35 up to the 39. A gain of 5 on 1st down. Tony Wankin, Iowa's fine defensive end, making the tackle on Harrison. It'll be 2nd down 5.
Iowa has 5 defensive backs in their nickel defense. I'm sure that they're anticipating Wisconsin putting the ball in the air.
Put that extra defensive back in there. Obviously, it opens up the run just a bit. Now, this time they've got a 5-man front. Wright's going to throw. Dump it off to the short man, Ellerson. Fine hit by Keith Hunter. And a gain of just a couple on that one. It'll be 3rd down 2. Nope, they marked the football ahead a little further than I thought. And it's going to be called for a measurement.
Play action pass by Wisconsin. Again, they're looking for those crossing people underneath the coverage there. And he finds number Ellerson there, I believe, for the completion.
So they bring the chains clear across the field. And it's going to be just, I thought it was going to be just shy. Shows you the angle of the camera sometimes can be deceiving. 1st and 10 Badgers. The ball at the 44-yard line. And Iowa has been conservative here in the 2nd half. Perhaps because they haven't had the field position that they wanted. The defense has been on the field quite a bit, but then they weren't in the first half. They only had to play 11 minutes. Wisconsin, long count for Wright. Hand off to Ellerson. Ellerson, great job across midfield. He's got the 1st down into Iowa territory at the 46-yard line. Larry Station and Ron Hawley combined to make the tackle. So Wisconsin moving the ball effectively on the ground, but then when they get into scoring position, they can't do anything with it.
Ellerson's fine running back, as we see here. He gets the ball, picks up big yardage for Wisconsin.
Back to live action now. 1st down for Wright. Complete to Pearson. And 3 Hawkeyes ride him down, but a gain of 14 and a 1st down at the 32-yard line. George Davis and Mike Stoops riding big Brett Pearson, the number 2 receiver on this ball club. He's 6'4" and 230 pounds. Started the year number 2 at tight end, but then Jeff Nault, their number 1 tight end, was declared academically ineligible. So it's been Pearson most of the way. 1st and 10 Badgers at the 32-yard line. The only other time they were down here, they missed on a long field goal attempt. Here comes Station. Right, throwing it up for grabs. Kenny Sims knocks it away from Jones. Jones says, where's the flag? The Wisconsin people say, where are the flags? But the officials say, they're in my pocket. And that's where they're going to stay. See what you think.
We see Wright, he'll get a lot of pressure from Larry Station, forced to throw the ball quicker than he wanted to, and incomplete pass.
Tough one to call. Kenny Sims on the coverage. Sims played quite a bit in earlier games and got beaten pretty badly at Purdue and has not seen much action since that time. Fumble. And Wright will come back and drop on the football. He missed connections that time with Mark Harrison. So a big loss on the play. Back to the 38-yard line. Loss of 6. It'll be 3rd and 16.
Trying to run a draw here to the tailback, but mishandled the ball, fumbled it, and loss of the down. Loss on the down.
3rd down, 16 yards to go. Right, gonna go deep again. Jones is out there. Knocked out of bounds. I don't think that Jones would have been able to stay in bounds to catch the ball, even if Sims isn't there. Well, they were having success on some of those little delay routes over the middle, and all of a sudden they decided to go deep. Deep ones don't work, and we're going to see Mr. Winslow. George Winslow on his side of the 50-yard line. Hawkeyes again will drop no one back. That's what they did the last time. Winslow will angle it. And it's a touchback. And Wisconsin wants a break, and they're just not getting it. So the Hawkeyes will start, instead of inside the 1, they're going to start at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10.
That was very close to going out of bounds on about the 1-yard line, but it did go over the end line there, and Iowa's going to have better field position.
Well, you just never know which way the football is going to bounce, and 3 of the Badgers were down there trying to surround it, and it bounced the 4th way. Minutes and 20 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter. It's been a long 3rd quarter, but neither team has moved the ball effectively past the 20-yard line. Long, looking deep to Phillips. Phillips has it at midfield. Brian Merrill knocks him down. Eddie Phillips coming out of the backfield, running a deep route. He was all by himself, and it's a 31-yard completion.
It's a big throw by Long. He rolls away from Phillips, throws back across the formation. Phillips is wide open, makes a big catch. Iowa 1st down.
1st and 10 for the Hawkeyes in Wisconsin territory. And Phillips gets the call again across the 45. He's got 5. Averick Walker has him. You see Chuck Long with over 200 yards passing.
Iowa's starting to open it up a little bit more now, something that they were doing in the first half. They have been pretty conservative up to this point.
2 minutes and 35 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down 5. Play action. Dump it off to Buggs. This time he holds onto the football. He's got the 1st down. Glenn Buggs still on his feet across the 30-yard line down to the 29. Averick Walker brings him down. A gain of 20 on the short pass route to Glenn Buggs, who the last time had that play, he just dropped it. So Buggs makes amends. And it's a first down for the Hawkeye.
Play action pass. Actually, Long was looking for Ronnie Harmon and looked away from him, but if he'd have kept looking at Ronnie, Ronnie did open, but he didn't went to the alternate receiver, picked up a good gain.
Bugs is all by himself as a safety valve. 1st and 10. Pitch back to Phillips. Phillips across the 20. Phillips to the 19. He's got another first down. And Bill Whistler, was that a busted play?
Most definitely. Long came out. He fronted out. He should have been reversing out with a quick pitch. And he had to get the ball any way he could to Phillips. And fortunately, he did pick up a first down.
Isn't that amazing sometimes? The broken plays work sometimes better than the ones that you diagram and work on. I don't know why that is.
Well, things are going your way. It just seems to snowball.
Absolutely. 1st and 10, Hawkeyes inside the 20-yard line. Draw play, Phillips to the 15. Phillips to the 10. Phillips down to the 6-yard line. Another first down. Kurt Schlick makes the stop on Eddie Phillips. It'll be 1st and goal for the Hawkeyes at the 6-yard line. Well, they opened it up a little bit with the passing game, and now the running game working to perfection.
The offensive line doing a good job setting up and showing pass. They run a draw to Eddie Phillips. He gets in the secondary, picks up big ground.
And the Hawkeyes bring in an extra tight end. Eddie Phillips, 146 yards, by far his best effort of the year. Jonathan Hayes comes into the ball game. Dave Mortz goes out. Ronnie Harmon in motion. 1st and goal. Long will throw. He fires. The Hufford touchdown. Great catch by Mike Hufford. So the Hawkeyes have scored in every quarter. And what a brilliant catch by Mike Hufford.
A great throw by Chuck Long. Rollout pass, sees Hufford, throws it between two defensive backs to Hufford for the touchdown.
So both tight ends have a touchdown reception. Harmon also has one. Mortz has one. And Phillips on the ground. The Hawkeyes have put 5 touchdowns on the board. Wisconsin with nothing. And the score, Iowa 34, Wisconsin nothing. We'll be back for the 4th and final quarter after these words. Television network this coming season for Hawkeye basketball. We will again have all the Hawkeye games for you. The Hawkeyes start against the Italian national team later this month. And in their first regular season game, it's against Illinois Wesleyan. 1st and 10, Wisconsin Badgers at the 27-yard line. Randy Wright will throw. Dumps it off over the middle to Harrison. He's hit pretty hard by Mike Stoops and George Davis. They've got him up at the 30-yard line, so a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down 7.
That was not a very well executed play. They had 3 receivers all within about a 2 or 3 yard area, and after he did catch the ball, he wasn't going to go very far anyway.
2nd down 7. Right all the way for the Badgers, and he's completed just 30% of his passes today. Rolling to the near side. Dumps it off incomplete. Harrison drops it. And the Badger fans were booing a little bit earlier, and I think right now they're just too frustrated to boo. So 3rd down and 7. And it's just one of those days where nothing goes right for one team and everything goes right for the other ball club. Jeff Drost and Dan Boddicker are in the lineup now for the Hawkeyes. John Breeze is in there. Bruce Gear is in the ball game. Zane Corbett. So a lot of the second teamers in for the Hawkeyes. 3rd down 7 for the Badgers. Pass is complete to Jones. Does he have enough for the first down? Yes, he does. Zane Corbett knocks him out of bounds after a gain of about 8, and it'll be first down for the Badgers up at the 39-yard line. Clock stops with 12:14 left.
That was a good throw by Wright. He threw almost all the way across the field for the first down for Wisconsin.
1st and 10 now. Deepest penetration for the Badgers has been about the Hawkeye 30-yard line. They've been down there a couple of times. Ellerson falls down. I believe John Freese will get credit for that tackle, although Ellerson took a couple of steps after that and then fell down.
That's one of the few times this afternoon where he has went down that easily. Most of the time he's breaking tackles and picking up big yardage for the Badgers.
Credit Ellerson with 1 yard on the on the play, so it'll be 2nd down 9. Right rolling to this side, fires to Jones. Jones still on his feet. Hawkeyes had missed a couple tackles, but not Devon Mitchell. Had a firm grasp on him, enough for a first down into Hawkeye territory at the 47-yard line.
I'm impressed with Wisconsin receivers, as you'll see here. Wright gets outside, makes the completion to Jones, and most of the time when the receivers catch the ball, they usually pick up additional yardage. Pretty tough receivers.
Jones has had a good second half, and the Badgers in Iowa territory again, but they failed to get in the end zone. Jeff Drost makes the stop, and a penalty marker after the play. Mark Harrison was brought down by Jeff Drost, and somewhere there at the bottom of the pile, something happened, and a penalty marker went flying out.
From the reaction on the field, it looks like it's going to be called against Wisconsin.
Perhaps some of the frustration felt. When 14 goes over and talks it over with Randy Wright. No flag. No flag. And the official kind of gave a shrug.
I guess we were all wrong there.
You wonder how you can inadvertently throw a flag up in the air about 10 yards, you know. The official definitely just fired it out of his back pocket. Give him 2 yards, it'll be 2nd down 7. Going deep to Altoon. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
Thrown ball by Wright. Iowa had the receiver covered very, very well, but Wright lays it between them. Toon makes a big catch for the touchdown.
It was Kenny Sims on the coverage of Altoon, a 44-yard touchdown reception. And for the first time since the Michigan game, the Hawks are scored upon, at least in the touchdown department. And Rohde's kick is good. With 10:42 left, the Badgers are on the board. It's Iowa 34, Wisconsin 7. We'll be right back. To receive this man's kick, Wendell Gladom. And Love Jordan, 1 yard deep in the end zone. He will not bring it back. So the Hawkeyes will start from their own 20-yard line with 10:42 left. They lead it 34-7. They have touchdowns on a 2-yard run by Eddie Phillips, a pass from Chuck Long to a scrambling Ronnie Harmon, covered 13 yards. Then Chuck hit Dave Bortz from 5 yards out, Jonathan Hayes from 20, Mike Hubbard from 6. Before finally in the fourth quarter, Wisconsin countered on a pass from Wright to Altoon of 44 yards. It's 34-7. 1st and 10 Hawkeye. Tom Grogan at the control. Eddie Phillips, no gain on the play. Brad Grabo makes the tackle for Wisconsin. Phillips has got to be a tired young man, but he has not been able to be spelled because Owen Gill still struggling with that hamstring pull. Robert Smith comes into the lineup now. He'll split out to the near side. Billy Happel to the far side. The tight end is Jonathan Hayes. Bugs and Phillips behind Grogan. Second down 10. Grogan to Happel. Nice catch at the 34-yard line, first down. Richard Johnson puts the stop on Happel, but Grogan really drilled that one.
Grogan checked at the line of scrimmage. He saw that Wisconsin was in man coverage on the wideouts, and he just calls for Happel to run a quick in, throws a good strike. Iowa first down.
A couple of changes up front. Dave Croston and John Carroll in the lineup now. First and 10. One setback behind Grogan. Grogan's going to throw again. Looking for Phillips. Intercepted and fumbled. Let's see if they call it a reception or an incomplete pass. They're going to call it an incomplete pass all the way. The official said Richard Johnson never had control of it, although it appeared that he did from up here. Dave McClain is furious.
Grogan on a straight drop back pass. We'll get a chance to see, did he catch it or not? Was it an interception? Grogan lets it fly. And I believe that's Johnson. He looks like he does have the ball. But they ruled that it was an incompletion.
The ball went out of bounds there. It should have been Wisconsin's possession. Second down 10. Draw play. Phillips. Phillips has the first down. Phillips across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Walker and Belford making the hit. But Phillips continues to rack up the yardage. He has to have nearly 200 yards today.
On that play, it was just a draw play, and he was actually pushing his offensive lineman out of the way, trying to sort his way through there.
So first and 10 Hawkeyes at the 47-yard line. 9 minutes left to play in this one. Mike Haight has come in at a tackle spot. Inside handoff to Bugs. Bugs dances around, can't get any yardage. He's lucky, in fact, if he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Brad Graybo is the man that made sure that that play didn't work out. Eddie Phillips is really tired, and he has motioned to the bench a couple of times to have someone come in for it. And finally, it will happen. There you see the numbers. Officially 31 for 162 yards. He has a touchdown, and he's tired. Trey Jackson replaces him. Second down 10. And they'll fire it out to Jackson. Jackson across midfield, still on his feet, down to the 48-yard line. A gain of 5 on the pass play from Grogan to Jackson, brought down by Russ Field. So here's Trey Jackson, the speedster out of Newton, one of the fastest high school sprinters ever in the state of Iowa. He's had the injury problems, and he's running number 3 tailback, getting an opportunity to play here in the final 8 minutes.
You look at those numbers on Eddie Phillips, that's far and away his best performance of the year. Something similar to what he had last year.
Lon Olenzak comes in the ball game for the first time. So it's third down, 5. Grogan will throw. Grogan's got Happel. And it's a first down at the 32-yard line. Grogan's pass zipped in there to Happel all alone. Happel goes down to his knees, makes the reception, and it's another first down.
Play action pass by Grogan. Bill Happel just running a quick in, makes the reception, falling down, and Iowa has another first down.
Clock stopped, and it is pitch will go to Jackson. Jackson turn in the corner. Boy, Jackson's running very hard, and they mark his forward progress to the 28-yard line, a gain of 4. But both times that Jackson has run the football, once on a pass reception and that time on a sweep, he has been knocking tacklers down. He's obviously gaining his confidence.
As you know, Trey came to Iowa from Newton after a brilliant high school career and really hasn't found his niche on the Iowa football team.
2nd down 6. Grogan will fire deep for Happel. Incomplete. Happel was free, but Grogan was pressured heavily and perhaps forced that pass just a little bit before he wanted to.
The fact that Iowa will lose I think all of their offensive line, this type of game is a good learning experience where they'll have the experience next year when they have to fill those holes for the graduating seniors.
That's right. You got a young front line up there now with Croston and Bill Bailey and Sindlinger and Carroll and Haight. 3rd down. Play action. Grogan gets away from it. Grogan was trying to get a block from Trey Jackson. Michael Reed finally put the stop on Tom Grogan, but Jackson couldn't turn around and set up the block. Jackson thought he was the pass receiver on the play, and in fact, had he thrown the ball, Jackson would have had more than enough for a 1st down.
See Grogan getting some pressure here and breaks the pocket. He's pointing to Trey Jackson to block, but Trey couldn't react quick enough, and he was stopped for a short gain.
So he comes up 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and Tommy Nickel now will attempt a 42-yard field goal from the far hash mark with 5:40 left to play. Good placement. Will it have the distance? No, it will not. And it's wide to the far side. So the Hawkeyes come up with nothing this time, and with 5:30 left, Wisconsin will get the ball back, trailing 34-7. Randy Wright, 1st and 10. The ball marked at the 25-yard line. The last time he threw the football, it was a touchdown pass to Al Toon. And he's firing to Toon again. Toon knocked from his feet. What a hit put on by Craig Hartman. He's a junior out of Cedar Rapids, Jefferson, and I believe that's the first time we've seen him this year.
See Wright on a drop back pass and hits Toon over the middle. I've got to be impressed with Toon. He's made some good catches and has held on to the ball after being hit hard by the Iowa secondary.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line. Wright rolls out of pressure, hits Harrison, and Hawley hits him. Davis helps out. Let's see where they mark the forward progress. They're going to mark it up at the 47-yard line, so it'll be gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down and 6 with the clock running and 4:45 left. The Hawkeyes will win their 7th straight against Wisconsin. The Hawks just barely had the Badgers' number. Last year a 28-14 game. This year it's been all Hawkeyes. They lead at 34-7. Pass complete to Jones. Wright really picking apart the number 2 defense, but he was able to do nothing against the Hawkeye first stringers.
Jones, number 4, runs a curl in pattern and finds an open spot there, and Wright hits him on the numbers, picks up a 1st down for Wisconsin.
Devon Mitchell makes the tackle. 1st and 10 Wisconsin, 39-yard line of Iowa. Ellerson stopped a couple of times. Now Kenny Sims will try, and Sims is going to get knocked down by his own man. But 3 or 4 Hawkeyes missed him. Wanted to get a number on that truck that hit Kenny Sims. John Marchese, a sophomore from Arlington Heights, Illinois, and Ellerson is down.
Little lead draw to their fine tailback, Ellerson. He gets free. You see, Iowa's got about 4 or 5 people to take a shot at him, but finally he's brought down for a loss and seems to be hurt there. I think it's just maybe a pull muscle, looks like.
.355 left. Second down, 18 for the Badgers, back at the Iowa 47-yard line. Here comes George Davis. And a flag goes down. Pass interference on Devon Mitchell. Wright just trying to get that pass off before Davis racked him. Al Toon was there, and Mitchell hit him before the pass got there. So pass interference. An automatic first down, but a gain of just 5.
The indicated rule infraction, defensive pass interference against Iowa.
So mark the first down at the 42-yard line. 3:44 left. 34-7 Hawkeyes. Scored 4 of the first 5 times they had the football. They scored once again late in the third quarter. Wright, under pressure, going long to 2. Incomplete pass. Kenny Sims again on the coverage. Little bumping going on, but incidental apparently.
Wright trying to air it out. And when that ball is in the air like that, there's a lot of bumping and pushing and shoving. Everybody's entitled to the ball. But didn't look like pass interference to me. Just Iowa's going for the football.
Second down and 10. Clock stops with 3:36 left. Wright again will throw. Fires. Almost picked up by Stoops. Well, he's had a couple of tries. And this time he's a little bit disgusted with himself.
Broken up by Mike Stoops.
Mike Stoops out of Youngstown and following in his brother's footsteps, even wearing his brother's old uniform. So it's third down 10. 3:31 left.
That was good reaction on the part of Stoops. That receiver was open for a moment. Wright didn't see Stoops coming and tried to get it in there, but wasn't able to.
So the Hawks playing with 5 defensive backs. And Wright, of course, will throw. Picked off by Ron Hawley, but it's going to come back. Pass interference will be called by Hawley, who hit Al Toon and then got the football.
Intercepted by number 19, Ron Hawley, but there is a flag on the play.
Hawley bumped Toon and then caught the football. Pass interference against the Hawkeyes. So another automatic first down.
Have to look closely here. Wright is trying to throw to Toon, but Hawley steps in front of there, and I couldn't tell if that was pass interference down there.
Correction.
You couldn't tell from that angle, but he did definitely hit him before the ball was there. You could tell with Toon's reaction, he immediately turned around and said, hey, I never even had an opportunity to catch it. So Hawley mistimed it just a bit. And with 3:24 left, the Badgers still on the move. First and 10 at the Hawkeye 34-yard line. Wright. Almost picked off again by Stoops. And if he gets it, he's gone. Penalty marker down yet again.
Incomplete.
I wonder if defensive backs like a game like this where the other team's throwing on every down.
I think a lot of those defensive backs in a game situation like this bait the quarterback in that they make that quarterback think the receiver's open, hoping that he'll throw it, and then try for the intercept.
And the penalty marker will go against Iowa again. Defensive holding. Another first down. Hard to see where this one happened. Maybe downfield somewhere. And you see Stoops knocked the pass away at the last moment. Back to live action now. 1st and 10 at the 24. Here come the Hawkeyes on a blitz. Al Toon's got it. Kenny Sims on the tackle at the 11-yard line. So 1st and 10 Badgers down at the 11.
Wright does a good job. He sees the blitz coming, and he's been doing this all afternoon. Gets rid of it before he's tackled there, and Toon makes the reception, and first down for Wisconsin.
Under 3 minutes to play now. Wisconsin on the move, helped out by several penalties against the Hawkeyes. And this is Harrison. Touchdown! Mark Harrison on the draw play. And the Badgers score for the 2nd time in the final quarter.
Quick opener here to Harrison. Splits the middle of the Iowa defense. Gets good hard running and just bowls over. Gets the touchdown for Wisconsin.
So the Hawkeyes have given up 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter, but their lead is hardly in jeopardy. Brody's kick is up, and it is good. And the score with 2:50 left. Iowa 34, Wisconsin 14. Let's move to further action with Wisconsin in control of the ball. The Hawkeyes now with a real good shot at going 9-2. Michigan State and Minnesota left. 2 of the 2nd division clubs. Wright knocked out of bounds. Flag will go down. Pass interference against Zane Corbin. Corbin got there just a little bit too soon. For the last time, Wisconsin was helped out by pass interference penalties.
Corbin hasn't played much this year. He's in there now, and I'm sure that he's trying to show that he's worthy of playing, and he overreacted there and got the call of pass interference.
Clock stop with exactly 1 minute to play. The ball on the Wisconsin 48-yard line. Pass complete to Pearson. Knocked out of bounds in Iowa territory. The 41-yard line. 11-yard pickup, another first down. I tell you what, if Wisconsin does score and this one ends up something like 34-21, there's a lot of people around the country think it's a close game. But anything but.
Pearson just ran an angle to the sideline, makes a one-handed catch, and picks up the first down for Wisconsin.
53 pass attempts by Randy Wright. I believe that is a Wisconsin record. Wright dumps it off to Pearson. He's got the first down. Fumble. A scramble, and Iowa's got it at the 20-yard line. And so Wisconsin's final effort failed. Iowa gets the ball back with 45 seconds left. And guess who's coming into the ball game? After you take a look at the replay, it'll be Cornelius Robertson, the number 3 quarterback.
Good throw to their tight end, Pearson, coming across the middle, and the ball stripped there by Stoops, and Hawley makes the recovery.
And Robertson will roll. Robertson upfield. Robertson to the 30. Robertson cuts back. And a big gain of 18 yards by Cornelius Robertson, who's very dangerous every time he gets his hands on the football. Last week, some
Who needs